someone challenge the pain of someone when it is so clearly documented, there is always something more sinister and hateful at work under the surface.
Facebook is cracking down on Holocaust denial as educators ramp up efforts to make sure a painful chapter of history is never forgotten. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. Historians are working to bring the lessons of the Holocaust to classrooms here in central Illinois. And while the internet has, in some cases, spread denial, they're hoping it can spread the truth instead. WCIA 3's Jen Last joins us now. So Jen, tell us why this is such an urgent goal.
Well, Jessica, they're looking at some of the recent survey results. Found nearly a quarter of young adults believe the Holocaust didn't happen or was exaggerated, and nearly 2/3 didn't know 6 million Jews were killed. Now, educators are working to change that.
It is not only a Jewish story, it is not only a German story, it is a human story, and it is the best documented crime in human history.
But historian Edna Friedberg, a Champaign native, is troubled by what she calls a disturbing decline in historical literacy.
We can see that there are many people who will hijack the truth, the veracity of the Holocaust for political or hateful aims.
That's why she says Facebook's decision is welcome news.
We know that Holocaust denial, distortion of the facts of the Holocaust are really anti-Semitism. They are forms of hatred masquerading as inquiry, as intellectual questions, as curiosity.
It's a challenge the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum is facing head-on. But Friedberg says the museum's work doesn't stop there. In this time of social distancing, its ability to reach more young students is growing.
We run a large teacher training conference that lasts 2 days over the course of each summer. Usually only a few hundred teachers can be accommodated, and this year we had teachers from all over the country participate.
That includes teachers from Tuscola and a traveling exhibit called Americans in the Holocaust, which is supposed to stop in Marshall, can be seen online, as can survivor testimonies and artifacts from a time that should never be forgotten or repeated.
Yes, it warns us of the dangers and what human beings can do to other human beings, but there are also incredibly powerful stories of resilience, of reminders that hard times do pass, of what the bonds of community can do to sustain each other in very difficult times.
The Illinois State Board of Education, ISB, is bringing together a group to look at the social science standards for the Holocaust moving forward. That means every public high school and elementary school will be mandated to have that in the curriculum, as well as other genocides that have happened around the world. Now, although it's up to each school board to decide how long the unit is, that could be changing with ISB's regulations.
Very interesting. All right, Jen, thanks so much. Now, as for Facebook, that social media giant has removed more than 22 million pieces of hate speech from April to June of this year alone. It's also banned more than 250 white supremacist organizations and updated its rules for handling militia groups and conspiracy theories.